the recent standard being Y14.5-2018. And ASME stands for American Society of Mechanical Engineers. Y14.5 stands for the Technical Subcommittee member. And 2018 is the year of approval of the standard. Prior to this, we had 2009 as a standard that all the industries across the world were using, but now all the industries are updating themselves for the new standard released. When we talk about the other standard, the International System of Organization standard, you don't have a single standard as such, but you have a document saying what are all the standards you should follow for different geometries. I've listed few standards available. One you could see, this is the introductory note wherein to list all the different available standards. And 2768 is the tolerance for linear and angular dimensions. 5458 is the tolerance of positional tolerancing. And there are different standards listed in this particular standard. And when you want to refer about a particular geometry and how to use it, how to define it in your engineering drawing, you have to particularly go to a selected specific standard and you have to understand how to use it. So this being said, I'll try to recap what we have discussed so far. We have understood where GD&T started. It all started with requirement for interchangeability. And it all ended up for using geometric tolerancing instead of coordinate tolerancing. And from there, the field evolved wherein the standard started. Now we will see what are the basic fundamentals available in GD&T. And as I said, this is a recap wherein GD&T is an international system of symbolic language. And it is primarily driven by two standards. As I clearly stated, it will take time, practice, and effort to thoroughly understand the system. Now we will see what are the basic fundamentals of GD&T. I have listed the basic fundamentals for GD&T here. I'll take you and I'll give you a brief about different geometries available and different terminologies available in geometric dimensioning tolerance. As we were discussing, the aim of GD&T is to dimension and tolerance the geometry of the features. And when I say geometry, there are different geometries available that could be form, the profile of the part, the orientation of different features, the location of different features, what is the runout for available feature. All those you can term it as geometry, and they are further divided into the given line items. For example, form tolerance is further classified into straightness, flatness, circularity, and cylindricity. And the respective symbol available for straightness, flatness are given in this column. You can refer here. So these are the 14 basic symbols and geometrical controls available in GD&T. With these symbols, we will communicate what is our design intent in any drawing. Apart from it, there are also other terminologies like future control frame, datums, degree of freedom, 3-to-1 principle, general symbols, modifying symbols, material condition, bonus tolerance, datum shift, rule 1 or the envelope principle. And there are so many basic terminologies available in GD&T for any user to understand and to equip accordingly in his drawing. The intent of GD&T and having a standard across the world is to make the communication process a standard one. For example, in today's world, the engineering departments are divided in different countries. For example, the OEM I work, the designer sits in a different part of the world, the quality inspector sits in a different part of the world, and the manufacturer of the design intent part sits in a different part of the world. And there is a huge chance for miscommunication. This miscommunication can be reduced or completely eradicated when there is a standard method for communicating the design intent through all the stakeholders. And this is where all these symbols, all these terminologies comes in help. And when one understands all these terminologies, how to use it, how not to use it, what is the meaning of all these terminologies, what is the actual interpretation of all these terminologies, only then you can start to read a drawing. So I have listed few fundamentals here, and there are additional topics too available in GD&T for one to start at beginner level and to become expert through due course of time. what are the basic fundamentals in GD&T, and I hope you would be able to appreciate why do we at all need GD&T, and what are the basic terminologies, what are the symbols available in GD&T. Now we will try to see a simple demo wherein we will appreciate the facts that we have discussed till now further, so that we will see the importance of using a standardized language across all the engineering commodities. The drawing you see in the screen is a simple part of thickness 6.25 on the tolerance plus or minus 0.25, having two counterbore holes on either ends and a radius here. The distance between the counterbore hole is 35, and that too has a tolerance of plus or minus 0.25. The overall length of the part is 55, and there is a radius available here, and the thickness of the part is given that tolerance.